Welcome, dreamer. Tonight we drift together beneath the soft rhythm of rain. Each droplet holds a story, a whisper from the clouds, the earth, and the rivers. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the quiet wonder of rainfall, its calming patterns, its ancient scents, and its gentle lullabies. Let the sound of raindrops guide your thoughts into stillness, and let your mind float into the peaceful rhythm of the world. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the journey begin. And if you enjoy these peaceful journeys, subscribe to Dreamy Sleepy Science and visit our channel for more celestial calming adventures. The first drop falls. There is a certain stillness that comes before rain. A pause in the world so subtle it can only be felt, not noticed. The air becomes heavier, almost thoughtful, as though the sky itself is taking a slow inhale. And somewhere, high above, beyond where our eyes can reach, a raindrop begins to form. It begins as something impossibly small, a floating grain of dust, a salt crystal lifted from a distant ocean, a tiny particle carried by winds from across the horizon. Water gathers around it, delicate, patient, until it becomes a bead of pure suspended weight. And then, with the gentlest permission from gravity, it begins its descent. As this first drop falls, the world below remains unaware. People sleep, leaves sway, clouds continue their drifting migrations. But this moment marks the beginning of something soft and sacred, the birth of rain. Imagine the drop traveling downward through layers of cool air. The atmosphere around it is thick with quiet movement, currents swirling like slow tides in the sky. The drop meets these currents and changes shape, stretching, rounding, trembling slightly as it falls. It does not hurry. It follows the steady pull of the earth, calm, sure, inevitable. Below, the land waits with steady patience. There is nothing rushed in rain, nothing aggressive, nothing sharp. It is one of nature's softest arrivals. During this descent, something inside the human mind begins to ease. Even before the rain touches ground, the promise of it appears to calm us. The sky darkens slightly, the light diffuses, shadows soften. The world begins to dim in a way that invites rest. This is not the darkness of night. It is the darkness of comfort. A blanket being drawn gently overhead. As the drop falls farther, it moves through air alive with invisible life. Tiny organisms, drifting pollen, quiet winds that have traveled across mountains and oceans. The sky is not empty. It is a vast sea, always in motion. The raindrop passes through it like a pearl sinking through calm water. Clouds above continue to gather more drops, forming a quiet communion. Millions of tiny beginnings, millions of small stories, yet each drop is its own world, its own journey, its own weight, its own quiet purpose. Somewhere below, a tree waits. Leaves tremble in anticipation, not from fear or wind, but from recognition. They have known rain longer than any human memory. They know what it means to receive it. They prepare to drink slowly, carefully, without greed. Rain teaches a kind of patience that living things learn simply by being alive. And still the first drop falls, steady, unworried. There is science to this, of course. If we look closely, we would see that raindrops are shaped not like teardrops, but like tiny spheres, shifting as they move. We would see that gravity, air pressure, evaporation, and condensation all guide its path. But tonight, the science remains quiet in the background, like a gentle hum beneath thought. Not intrusive, not instructive, simply present. For now, we are only observing a journey. And journeys can be soothing to watch. The drop falls through the final stretch of sky. Its landing draws near. There is something special about this moment, the instant before contact. Time seems to soften. The world holds its breath. The drop is suspended in a kind of quiet anticipation, like a thought that has not yet been spoken. Then a whisper, a tap, a soft joining. The raindrop touches the surface of a leaf. It does not splash wildly. It does not stain or break. It simply joins. The leaf receives it, like a memory returning home. This first contact is gentle enough to soothe even the restless mind, because rain does not demand attention. It gives permission to release it. The sound begins slowly. One drop, then another, then a few more. Each one touching earth, leaves, rooftops, soil, grass, windows, oceans. Tiny, quiet rhythms. The fee sound is soft and steady, like fingertips brushing lightly across the surface of thought. These rhythms form patterns, repeating, drifting, calming. They move across our inner world the way waves move across a lake, smoothing ripples, easing currents, creating space where once there was noise. Rain does not silence the mind. It clears a path for it to rest. As the rainfall deepens, the world outside softens in texture. Edges blur, colors become muted, blues, grays, soft greens. Light bends gently through drops, catching on surfaces, forming delicate reflections. It becomes a world of softness and echoing quiet. The air cools, and with it the body responds. Muscles loosen. Breathing slows. Thoughts drift outward, thinning like mist. The mind, when it recognizes safety, naturally begins to rest. And rain has always been a symbol of safety, a slow return to ground, to stillness, to home. Night deepens around the sound. The world outside your window becomes a slow-moving canvas of movement and quiet rhythm. The rain continues its soft descent, tapping, rolling, gathering, flowing. It forms countless little paths, along sidewalks, down tree trunks, across river stones. Each drop is part of a larger drift. We are not meant to follow every drop. We are simply meant to feel the motion of them all together. This is how nature sings its lullabies. Not loudly, but continuously. Small, steady gestures, repeated until the body understands. It is safe to rest now. As your breathing becomes slower, the mind begins to release its grip on the day. Thoughts loosen, not because they are forced away, but because something softer is being offered in their place. The steady hush of rainfall becomes the background to your drifting awareness. The sound is steady, balanced, predictable in the most comforting way. Our minds love patterns that are gentle and unbroken, and rain is one of the oldest patterns the earth has ever known. The body sinks deeper into stillness. You may begin to feel yourself drifting, as though the boundary between you and the surrounding world is dissolving. Not disappearing, only softening, like ink lightly spreading through water. This is the moment when rain becomes more than weather. It becomes a companion to sleep, a guide into the deeper quiet of the mind. The drop that began its journey high above has now become something more, part of the rainfall that now surrounds you, a steady hush, a soft rhythm, a gentle descent into rest. And as the rain continues, so do you, falling gently, calmly, downward into deeper sleep. The sky exhales. You exhale with it, and everything slows. Let the rain fall. Let the world soften. You are already drifting deeper. The clouds that carry dreams high above the world, you know, beyond the rooftops and treetops and the gentle rise of distant hills, there are clouds that move with a patience rarely seen on the ground. They drift at a pace that feels unmeasured, unhurried, as though time behaves differently where they float. Soft grey shapes, rounded and full, suspended between earth and the quiet vastness of the upper sky. They do not rush. They do not strain. They simply move, like slow-moving ships crossing a silent ocean of air. To watch them is to feel something inside settle. A thought dissolves. A breath deepens. The mind loosens its grip on the day. These clouds hold more than moisture. They hold stories, and old ones. Oceans that once sighed against ancient shores. Rivers that carved valleys long before any eyes ever watched them. The water inside them has traveled across eras, landscapes, climates, seasons. It has touched the world in ways we cannot always see, yet somehow remember. And in this slow movement, in the weight and softness of the clouds, there is something deeply calming. Their very presence invites the mind into stillness. Imagine yourself lying under that sky. No conversation, no planning, no tasks pulling you forward or backward, just open space and breath. You look upward and see a sky layered in soft gray, a sky that feels padded, cushioned, quiet. The clouds appear almost close enough to touch, though you know they float higher than mountains. They look heavy, yet they drift effortlessly, carried by gentle winds that move like slow tides across the atmosphere. This movement is familiar to something deep within you, not in logic, but in rhythm, because even before language, before memory, humans watched clouds. They looked up and the sky spoke to them in feelings, not words. Calm, softness, slowness, rest. The body remembers these feelings even when the mind forgets. Clouds are born where warm air rises. Invisible moisture condenses, gathering into form. Not in a rush, but in a gradual, unhurried process, like sculpting breath out of quiet. Tiny droplets gather around microscopic seeds of dust or salt, carried high by the wind. They form shapes without force. They become visible only when the world is ready to receive them. In this there is a lesson. Clouds do not try to exist. They simply become. You too are allowed to become. Without rushing, without holding everything all at once, without forcing every moment to hold meaning. Just as the clouds build softly, so can your thoughts, your rest, your return to yourself. The sky teaches us how to slow down, how to remember our own quiet. Picture the clouds drifting overhead on a silent afternoon. Only a faint wind moves them, like invisible hands guiding them across a soft, endless sea. Their shadows travel slowly across fields, hills, rooftops, the surface of lakes. The light shifts, but never abruptly, always gradually, like pages turning in a book whose story never ends. This is the rhythm of nature when it is not interrupted. The slow, steady breathing of the world. And as you watch or imagine watching, something begins to change in your body. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw loosens. Your breath deepens without effort. There is relief in watching something that asks nothing of you. Clouds do not demand attention, but they welcome it if offered. They simply exist, and in their existence they allow us to rest. Inside these clouds, the water moves in constant motion, Droplets join, separate, rise, fall, evaporate, return, a continuous cycle that has no beginning and no ending. The same water has risen from tropical seas, drifted across continents, fallen as mountain snow, melted into rivers, evaporated again into the sky. Over and over, quietly, endlessly, the clouds above you now may carry water that once rested in deep ancient oceans, water that touched the surface of coral reefs before they were stone, water that gathered in the lakes where early human footsteps once paused to drink. This is the memory of clouds, ancient but gentle, not heavy with knowledge but soft with time. And as you imagine this slow looping journey of water, your mind begins to align with a slower, more grounding rhythm. Thoughts stretch out like long ripples across a still lake. The world stops pressing against you. You begin to settle. There is no hurry in the sky. And tonight, there is no hurry in you. If you listen closely, you might notice something else. The silence of clouds has a sound, not literal but felt, a hushed presence, a dimming of the world's edges, a soft blanket of atmosphere gently wrapping around sound and light. It's the same quiet that settles before rainfall, a quiet that tells the earth to prepare for softness. Not a storm, not intensity, just a return to water, to rest, to release. And your mind responds to this instinctively, because the human body too is made mostly of water. It recognizes the sky. It understands clouds even without words. When clouds gather, the body knows it is time to slow down. As evening approaches, the light changes. The sky deepens to a muted lavender gray. The clouds glow softly with diffused twilight. The horizon becomes a gentle gradient, soft gold fading to soothing blue. This light is one that the brain recognizes as the hour of rest. The pineal gland begins to release melatonin, the hormone of sleep, of drifting, of dreaming. The body's internal rhythms adjust, breathing deepens, awareness softens. Thoughts become slower, rounder, quieter, like the clouds themselves. The sky begins to lull you into the first stage of sleep, not through force, but through invitation. Just like clouds gather without effort, sleep arrives when you stop trying to chase it. And as night deepens, the clouds continue to drift, steady and slow. They move through darkness without fear, without resistance. Beneath them the world rests. The rain, if it comes, will come softly. But even if it does not, the clouds alone are enough to soothe, enough to quiet, enough to help you drift. There is nothing else you need to do now. Nothing to solve, nothing to fix, nothing to hold. Just allow yourself to drift the way clouds drift, ungrasping, unfolding, unhurried. The sky carries them, and the night carries you. So let your thoughts move like clouds, slow, spacious, passing gently across the mind. No resistance, no clinging, just movement and softness. You are already drifting, downward, inward, deeper, into the quiet where dreams begin to form, light as mist, ancient as water, familiar as breath. Rest now. The clouds will carry you the rest of the way. The frequency of calm. There is a sound the world makes when it is ready to rest. A sound soft enough to go unnoticed in the busyness of daylight, but unmistakable when the evening grows quiet. It is the gentle repeating rhythm of rain, a pattern so even, so steady, that it feels like the world is breathing in time with you. Rain does not fall chaotically. It has rhythm, it has cadence, it has frequency. And somehow, without effort or thought, that frequency begins to speak to the mind in a language older than memory. Imagine the sound of the first droplets tapping lightly on leaves. Not loudly, not sharply, just softly, like fingertips brushing gently across fabric. There is no urgency in the sound, no alarm, no break in the pattern, just a continuous soothing repetition. The rain falls in a tempo that mirrors the resting heartbeat, a slow, steady rhythm that tells the nervous system, you can release now. It is safe to let go. The day is over. As the rain continues, the sound becomes fuller but never overwhelming. Layers of droplets blend into one another, leaf to soil, roof to ground, window to earth. Nothing spikes. Nothing startles. Every sound is rounded, smooth, predictable. The brain loves patterns like this. It has always loved them because the mind does not need complexity to rest. It needs gentleness. Inside the brain, waves of electrical activity shift as the rain continues. The fast, sharp waves of alertness begin to slow. Alpha waves and the rhythms of relaxation and drifting thought become more prominent. These are the waves present when we are nearing sleep, or when we are daydreaming, or when we are watching clouds move slowly across a sky. Rain encourages these waves naturally without command. It does not push. It invites a steady patter, a repeating fall. A soft reminder that not all of life demands attention. And in this invitation, thinking begins to loosen. Thoughts stop arranging themselves into lists. Memories stop replaying. Concerns stop forming edges. Everything becomes rounder, softer, slower, like smooth hands smoothing silk. Outside, the rain gathers into small streams that follow familiar paths, down rooftops, along branches, across sidewalks, into soil. Each drop joins something larger than itself. The world is constantly gathering and releasing, in patterns far older than language. The same happens inside you. Tension gathers, then it releases. The body knows how to return to balance when given the chance. The sound of rain is that chance, a recalibration, a quiet homecoming to the self. Imagine sitting beside a window, warm inside, while the rain falls steadily outside. There is no need to move, no need to speak. The world outside is being washed, slowly, kindly. Street lights reflect in small puddles forming on the ground, turning the night into rippling gold. Leaves glisten. The air smells clean. The atmosphere thickens into something soft and enveloping. You are here. The rain is here. Nothing else is required. This moment is complete without effort. Rain has always been connected to the idea of safety. When ancient humans found shelter during storms, the rainfall meant they were protected, that they had found a place to rest. That memory is still in your body, a quiet inherited familiarity. When it rains and you are warm and sheltered, the brain recognizes safety without needing to explain it, and so the nervous system softens. The breath deepens. The body sinks. The world outside may continue moving, but your body no longer feels the need to follow it. Overthinking does not disappear all at once. It dissolves slowly, the way mist dissolves when morning sunlight touches it. Thoughts become less sharp. They lose their urgency. They drift instead of cling. The rain teaches the mind how to loosen its grip, one drop at a time, one breath at a time. The world softens and the mind follows. If you listen closely, you may notice different layers of sound within the rain. The lighter taps of smaller droplets. The deeper tones of water gathering and falling from branches. The subtle rush of runoff moving through gutters. The hush of droplets landing on open ground. These layers blend together into something like music, but music without melody, without beginning or end. Music that exists only to soothe, not to impress or demand attention. This is the frequency of calm. This is the brain's lullaby. When sound is steady and continuous, the mind stops scanning for danger. There are no surprises in rain, no sudden breaks, no sharp edges, just continuity, repetition, safety. The brain recognizes this and slows. And as the rain continues, something begins to shift in your awareness. The boundaries between your thoughts loosen. Your breathing deepens without instruction. Your muscles soften little by little, like warm wax melting into stillness. Your heartbeat finds a slower rhythm. Your eyelids become heavier. Your inner world opens into space. You do not need to force anything here. Sleep is not something you chase. It is something you allow. The rain is already guiding you. Let the sound continue. Let it fill the space around you. Let it become the backdrop to your drifting mind. The world outside is settling. The night is deepening. And your body is ready to follow. There is nothing to solve right now. Nothing to hold. Nothing to remember. Just the steady, gentle rhythm of rain. A frequency your mind has always known. A frequency that helps you return to yourself. A frequency that leads you softly towards sleep. Allow yourself to drift, slowly, easily, without effort. The world softens, and the mind follows. You are already halfway to dreaming. The earth drinks slowly. There is a quiet moment when rain reaches the ground. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is simply a return, a homecoming. Each raindrop travels a great distance, falling from clouds that drift miles above, shaped by winds and air currents and temperature shifts. Yet when it finally meets the earth, there is no grand announcement, just contact, just joining, just a gentle merging with the soil below. In that small, almost invisible moment, something deeply meaningful happens. The earth receives, and the rain releases. This is not a lesson told in words, but in movement, slow, patient, natural. Imagine the rain landing on open soil. At first, the surface darkens grain by grain. It does not rush inward. It pauses for a breath, resting on the surface. The earth waits too, steady, unfazed, as though it has all the time it could ever need. There is no urgency here. The rain does not demand to be absorbed. The earth does not strain to accept it. The two simply meet, and in their meeting they create something soft, moisture returning to where it once lived. So cycle completing itself, a quiet balance restoring. This is how the world mends, slowly, naturally, without force. As the rain continues, droplets gather in tiny pools between grains of soil. The earth loosens, softens, opens. Water begins to slip downward, guided by spaces too small to see. Tiny pathways carved over years, decades, centuries of rainfall and drought and rainfall again. There are stories in these layers of earth. The surface holds the present, leaves, roots, seeds, footprints. Below that lies yesterday's soil, compacted, rich, shaped by seasons. Deeper still, layers formed before our names, our homes, our histories. The water travels through all of them. It sinks slowly, not in haste, not in a torrent, but in a gentle descent. Like a sigh being released after being held too long. The earth knows how to take its time. And rain knows how to wait. In a world that often moves too quickly, pushing, rushing, demanding, the meeting of rain and earth is a reminder of another rhythm. The original rhythm, the natural pace of life. Rain does not fall faster just because the land is thirsty. The ground does not drink faster because there is much to absorb. Everything happens at the pace that allows balance to remain. This patience has always existed. We simply forget how to feel it. but the body remembers when the rain falls. Picture a quiet field during rainfall. There is no conflict here, no struggle, no noise beyond the whisper of droplets. Grass bends softly but does not break. Soil darkens but does not dissolve. Roots pull moisture slowly, steadily, with a grace that does not need to be seen to be understood. In this moment, the world is practicing one of its oldest rituals. Water returns to soil. Soil returns nourishment to life. Life grows, fades, and returns again to soil. And the cycle continues, seamless and quiet. There is no beginning and no ending here. Everything simply continues. Consider, too, the places where the rain travels after it meets the earth. Some water lingers near the surface, waiting to be lifted again by sunlight, to return to the sky, to become cloud once more. Some moves deeper, feeding hidden aquifers. Underground rivers flowing slowly beneath our feet, unseen but ever present. Some water finds roots, trees, grass, flowers, and rises again into leaf and stem and blossom. The rain does not disappear. It transforms. It relocates. It continues. Nothing in nature is truly lost, even when it changes shape. And this too is a lesson in letting go. Human minds often hold on to things, thoughts, memories, tensions, long after they have served their purpose. We hold them tightly, believing they are part of us, believing that if we release them, something essential will be lost. But the rain teaches another way. The raindrop does not mourn the cloud when it falls. The cloud does not cling to the raindrop when it leaves. The earth does not rush to claim what arrives. It simply receives when the time is right. Letting go is not a loss. It is a return, a cycle completing itself. As the rainfall deepens, the smell of petrichor rises, the scent released when dry earth receives the first touch of rain. It is one of the oldest scents on earth, older than forests, older than birdsong, older than human dreams. It carries the memory of millions of moments just like this one. Moments where the world was quiet, where water returned home, where everything exhaled. This scent triggers something in us, and a recognition, a familiarity. Even if we do not name it, the body understands. It is okay to soften now. It is okay to slow down. It is okay to release. The earth is drinking slowly, and you are allowed to do the same. Sometimes rest is not sleep. Sometimes rest is simply loosening what has been held too tightly. The rain does not force the earth open. It simply arrives gently, consistently, patiently, until the soil softens. You too can soften. Not all at once. Not with pressure, but slowly, naturally, with time. Just as the rain sinks into the ground, you can allow calm to sink into you, not pushed, not demanded, just allowed. Calm does not need to be chased. It arrives when you stop clenching. Listen for a moment to the sound of rain, real or imagined, soft, even, continuous. There are no sharp notes, no sudden breaks, no urgency. This sound is the earth returning to balance, and it speaks directly to the body. Your breath begins to deepen without instruction. Your shoulders ease without effort. Your thoughts slow without force, not because you told yourself to relax, but because your environment whispered the invitation. You belong to the same natural world that the rain belongs to. Your body knows how to let go. It simply needs the reminder. As the rain continues, the earth darkens, softens, opens. Water moves inward. Nourishment begins. Roots swell gently. Life reorganizes itself quietly beneath the surface. Nothing visible has changed, not yet, but everything is already different. This is the unseen work of healing, slow, steady, patient, deep. Not every transformation is loud. Some happen grain by grain, drop by drop, breath by breath. So as you rest now, imagine yourself as the earth. Not the busy surface calm, but the layers beneath. Let the rain be your breath. Let your body soften like the soil receiving water. Let whatever you have been holding loosen, slowly, naturally, without force. There is no rush. There is no expectation. There is only return to calm, return to balance, return to yourself. This quiet exchange teaches us how to let go. And tonight you are already letting go, softly, naturally, the way rain returns to earth. Rivers remember raindrops do not fall in isolation. Each tiny sphere formed from clouds high above eventually begins a journey downward. Not just to earth, but onward, towards streams and rivers that have existed far longer than any human memory. These rivers carry water that has traveled centuries, sometimes millennia, across lands and through climates, collecting traces of the world in its path. And as each raindrop joins them, it becomes part of something vast, ancient, and continuous. To watch this is to watch time itself flow. The river moves unhurried, never rushing, never forcing. It has seen civilizations rise and fall, mountains erode, forests regrow. Imagine a raindrop landing softly on a leaf, then trickling along a narrow groove toward the soil. It meets other drops and they merge, forming rivulets that wind like tiny veins through the earth. These rivulets gather, combining into a stream that moves quietly through fields, bends around rocks and glides beneath tree roots. Each drop carries a story, a memory of the cloud it once belonged to, of the wind that guided it, of the sky it left behind. The stream widens, becoming a river. Its waters have always known the same path, etched by time, shaped by countless raindrops, like the one you imagine now. And it moves with patient determination, never hurried, always flowing. Rivers remember things we forget. They remember the first rains after long droughts, the thawing snow of early spring, the floodwaters that reshaped the valleys. They remember fish that traveled upstream, seeds that drifted downstream, and the gentle footprints of creatures that once paused at their edges. They are living archives, silent, continuous, endless. When a raindrop joins a river, it becomes part of this memory. Its journey transforms from solitary descent into a shared passage. Each drop part of a collective rhythm that has lasted longer than names, longer than words, longer than stories recorded by humans. As you imagine yourself drifting beside this river, you feel the same gentle flow entering your mind. Thoughts that seemed scattered begin to gather into soft currents. Tension that pressed against the body dissolves. Breathing slows. The water's movement mirrors your own inner tides. You drift with the river, not resisting, not pushing, but simply moving with its rhythm. The sound is steady, water over stones, water through roots, water along the banks. Each ripple echoes the passage of time and memory, carrying a subtle, soothing vibration that reaches deep into the body. You do not need to follow every twist and turn. You only need to trust the current, to allow yourself to move with it, unhurried and unafraid. Rivers are patient teachers. They demonstrate that life is not a series of sudden leaps, but a continuous flow. Each moment joins the next seamlessly, just as each raindrop joins the river. The water reminds you that nothing is ever truly lost. A drop may vanish beneath the surface, yet it continues downstream, contributing to the life and memory of the river. So too your worries, your thoughts, your stresses. They do not vanish but transform, drifting along the current of your own inner flow. And when night falls, The river continues its journey quietly, beneath the soft light of stars. Reflections shimmer on its surface, mirroring the sky above. The world is hushed. The river moves steadily, patiently, carrying its stories forward. You too move with it, softly, calmly, without rush. Each drop remembers its origin. Each river remembers its path. And you remember the quiet rhythm of flow. Drifting beside such a river, the world becomes softer. Edges blur, sounds dull into soothing hums, and your own body aligns with the current. You are part of the story, moving with the water, carrying nothing but the gentle understanding that the journey is enough. The river has always known this. It has always carried the memory of countless rains, countless lives, countless moments of stillness and change. And as it flows, so do you. The journey of each drop, once solitary, now united, mirrors the movement of your mind toward quiet. There is no hurry. There is only the gentle, unbroken passage of water, time, and calm. And as the river moves onward, so do you, drifting deeper into the slow, eternal rhythm of rest. The scent of the first rain. There is a moment, subtle and fleeting, when rain first touches dry earth. It is not marked by sound alone, though the patter of droplets is soft and soothing, but by something far more ancient, a smell, earthy and warm, that rises from the soil like a quiet exhale. This scent is called petrichor, and it carries the memory of the world's oldest rhythms. It drifts gently through the air, curling around leaves, stones, and the spaces between trees. It is a perfume older than words, older than human memory, older than the first footsteps on this earth. And yet when it reaches you, your body remembers it instantly, even if your mind does not. Imagine standing outside just as the rain begins to touch the soil. Tiny droplets scatter across dry patches, creating a soft mist that lifts into the air. The first inhalation carries something familiar, the deep, grounding smell of wet earth, a freshness born from centuries of rain and sun and time passing over soil. It is a scent that speaks not to thought but to instinct. Your lungs fill with it and your body responds. A deep, unintentional relaxation spreads through your chest. Muscles soften. A subtle calm washes over you, as if the world itself were telling you it is safe to pause. Petrichor is a reminder that life has always been cyclical. Forests have inhaled it and exhaled it. Rivers have reflected it. Mountains have held it in the stones and released it with each passing storm. Even deserts, dry and still, release this scent when rain finally falls, carrying life in small, vital ways. The fragrance is not merely an aroma. It is a signal. The world is alive, moving, breathing, and you are part of it. You are connected to a rhythm far larger than yourself. A rhythm that has existed long before your thoughts began and will continue long after. Notice how the scent changes depending on where it rises. In forests, it carries the richness of damp leaves, moss, and roots. In fields, the soft sweetness of grasses and soil. In cities, a delicate, faint perfume of stone and asphalt. Each place has its own version, yet all share the same ancient quality. A grounding, soothing essence that reminds the body of safety, calm, and continuity. Even without thinking, your body responds. Heartbeat slows, breath deepens, thoughts begin to drift, softening like clouds at dusk. Your mind may wander to places you have loved, forests you have walked, rains you have stood beneath, or it may simply float untethered as the scent drifts through your awareness. Petrichor is not just a scent, it is a lullaby. Its notes are subtle, wet stone, softened soil, faint vegetation, yet together they create a harmony that the nervous system recognizes instinctively. Even without understanding, even without naming it, the body remembers. The world has always been this way, and so have we. It is as if the earth itself exhales. And in that exhale, you can exhale too. With every passing second, the rain intensifies and the scent rises stronger. Your senses become more attuned. Each breath draws more of it in. It is grounding, comforting, a whisper from the planet to your nervous system. There is no urgency here, no command, no noise, only recognition and acceptance. The first drops that release this fragrance have a way of stopping thought. They do not demand attention. They invite it. And in this invitation, the body finds an ease that words cannot describe. Inhaling petrichor connects you to every forest, every field, every ancient river that has felt the first rain. It connects you to the cycles of seasons, the life of the soil, and the slow, steady movement of the world. There is a quiet wisdom here, that renewal is gentle, that beginnings do not need noise, that rest and calm are inherent to life itself. Even as your mind drifts, your body recognizes this scent as belonging. You do not need to think. You do not need to remember. You only need to breathe. Imagine the first raindrops falling on a long, dry patch of earth. The scent rises slowly, curling through the air, brushing against your senses. It is subtle yet undeniable. The world exhales. You exhale in harmony. Muscles relax. Thoughts dissolve into the background. The body remembers what the mind often forgets, that you are safe, that the world supports you, that calm exists and is always accessible. And as the rain continues, the petrichor lingers, a quiet companion to your drifting mind. It anchors you to the present, while connecting you to the timeless cycles of Earth. You are grounded. You are connected. You are already resting. The scent of the first rain carries you deeper into stillness, softly, patiently. Like the world itself, you exhale and let go. Rain is nature's lullaby. There is a sound that has existed longer than language, longer than memory, longer than the first fires flickering in caves. It is soft, steady, and unassuming. Yet it carries with it a presence that the mind instinctively recognizes as safe. This is the sound of rain, a rhythm that exists beneath thought, below the noise of daily life, steady and gentle, like a heartbeat shared with the earth itself. Listen closely. The patter of each droplet forms a quiet drumbeat. On rooftops, leaves, and the soil below, it creates patterns subtle enough to soothe without effort, simple enough to calm without asking for attention. There is no rush, no complexity, only repetition. A song that is complete in itself with no beginning and no end. Imagine lying somewhere warm and safe, the sound of rain falling around you. Each tap is precise yet soft. Each drop joins the next in a rhythm older than any clock. The mind, so accustomed to hurry and decision, finds relief in the constancy. Thoughts begin to slow, the edges of awareness soften, and the body unconsciously mirrors the gentle cadence around it. The lullaby of rain is unpretentious. It does not demand focus or comprehension. It does not compete with the mind's chatter. It exists purely to cradle, to rock gently the nervous system, guiding each breath toward calm. Inside the brain, neurons begin to respond. Fast, chaotic waves of activity slow, replaced by slower, steadier rhythms. Alpha waves, associated with relaxation, meditation, and the approach of sleep, rise in prominence. The body softens. Shoulders drop, the chest eases. Muscles that have carried tension through the day release imperceptibly. Outside, the rain continues its quiet performance. Tiny droplets hit varied surfaces. Leaves rustle softly. Rooftops thrum faintly. Puddles ripple subtly. The mind begins to merge with the ambient rhythm. There is a continuity in these sounds, a cycle repeated for millennia, experienced by creatures long before humans, yet immediately understood by the human body. Rain's lullaby is not uniform. Some drops create a staccato on stone. Others patter slowly across the soil. Together they form layers, interwoven textures of sound. Yet even in variation, there is a cohesion that the mind instinctively finds comforting. There is safety in predictability and beauty in subtle variation. The sound of rain is more than background noise. It is a guide. Each drop is a gentle signal that it is safe to let go. Each ripple across a puddle is a quiet instruction. You can soften. You can drift. You can rest. Imagine drifting with the rhythm, letting it sweep over your awareness like a slow tide. Thoughts that seemed urgent begin to fade, not through effort, but because they are no longer needed in this moment. The steady drum of droplets sets the internal pace, a soft cadence that mirrors the natural ebb of your heartbeat and breath. It is not music in the sense of melody or harmony. There is no tension and release, no crescendo, no finale. It is the music of the world itself, elemental, ancient, and endlessly repetitive. Its perfection lies in constancy and continuity, not in flourish or drama. Rain's lullaby also carries with it a sense of universality. Somewhere on the planet, rain is always falling. Somewhere a river swells with its contributions. Somewhere leaves glisten with droplets. It has touched deserts and forests, mountains and valleys for millions of years. That endless repetition mirrors the cycles of life: birth, growth, decay, renewal, and the human nervous system recognizes it instinctively. This is why sleep often comes more easily during rainfall. It is a rhythm older than alarm clocks, older than schedules, older than clocks themselves. It reminds the body and mind of their connection to the world, a world that has always moved, always breathed, always rested. The lullaby continues without intention. Each drop falls, each ripple spreads, each sound layers on the last. You do not need to follow it consciously. You only need to let it surround you. Allow yourself to merge with the steady pulse, to become part of the rhythm instead of separate from it. Your body softens, your breathing deepens, awareness begins to blur in the most comforting way. Every droplet is a gentle hand, guiding you closer to the edge of consciousness. Each ripple a nudge toward calm, a signal that the world is holding you safely. Even if the rain fades, the effect lingers. The body remembers. The mind recalls subconsciously the cadence of droplets that once surrounded it. Sleep arrives more easily, deepens more naturally, and dreams drift in more fluidly. Rain's lullaby does not end with the last drop. It leaves behind a subtle echo of rhythm, a template for calm that your nervous system continues to follow. And as you drift into sleep, you realize the truth of its simplicity. Life does not always need to be complicated. Sometimes it only requires rhythm, steady, soft, continuous, timeless. The patter of rain, a gentle drumbeat beneath thought, a cradle for rest, a song without beginning or end carries you further into calm. Drift now. Drift with the rhythm. Drift into sleep. The sky's soft apology. There are moments when the sky feels heavy, a quiet weight pressing down on the world below. Clouds swell with unseen moisture, gathering slowly, silently, until they can hold no more. And then, without fanfare or judgment, the rain begins, not as punishment or sorrow, but as a release, a soft exhale from the heavens themselves. It is as if the sky is saying, I have done my work, I have held enough. Now it is time to let go. And in that gentle release, the world listens. Imagine standing beneath this expanse, sheltered or unshielded, and noticing how the first drops begin to fall. They are soft at first, hesitant almost, like the sky testing the readiness of the earth. Each drop lands without force, without anger, without need to prove its existence. The atmosphere around you feels lighter, quieter, as though tension that you weren't aware of is slowly being carried away. This is release, not grief, not punishment, only letting go. The rain reminds us that the sky has limits. Even the vastness above must yield. There is an understanding here that transcends words, that holding on endlessly is not necessary, that relief comes in moments of surrender. And as you observe or imagine this, the body responds. Your own shoulders relax, your chest softens, your mind loosens its grip on thoughts it has been clutching. We are like the sky. We hold, we gather, we strain to contain more than we can manage. And sometimes we forget that release is not failure. It is natural. Rain begins to fall more steadily. The sky lets go completely now, droplets sliding down leaves, rooftops, and soil. It does not demand attention. It does not accuse. It simply pause, a soft reminder of the balance between holding and yielding. Every drop carries the lesson of patience, of quiet surrender. The rhythm is comforting. It is predictable yet gentle. It is a lullaby for the anxious, a balm for the restless, a signal for the weary that rest is allowed. You may notice the subtle sounds, the whispering tap of water on leaves, the faint murmur over rooftops, the soft, constant hush on the earth itself. Each sound is a gentle message. Release is natural. Letting go is necessary. Calm is always possible. Your nervous system recognizes this rhythm, even if the conscious mind does not. The sky apologizes not because it is wrong, but because it must release. And in doing so, it shows you that you are allowed to do the same. Even the air smells different when the sky releases its weight. The world smells of wet soil, of petrichor, of renewal. Each inhalation is a quiet invitation. Breathe deeply, exhale fully. The body remembers how to release tension in the same way the sky releases its rain. The mind begins to soften. Thoughts no longer demand sharp attention. Muscles loosen. Breathing becomes steady, rhythmic, unhurried. There is relief here. There is recognition. There is calm. The rain continues to fall steady and unbroken. No one directs it, no one orchestrates it. The clouds simply have reached their limit, and now, as all things must, they yield. You may drift alongside them in thought, letting the metaphor guide your own inner flow. Like the sky, you are allowed to release what you cannot hold. Like the earth, you can accept what comes. Like the water, you can flow onward without resistance. Every droplet is a soft message. It is okay to let go. As the night deepens, the sound of rain becomes a quiet backdrop to your awareness. The sky's apology lingers in every drop that hits the earth. Your body aligns with the rhythm. Your mind finds its pace. There is no need to resist, no need to struggle, no need to contain what is too much. Release is natural. Release is gentle. Release is rest. And so beneath the sky's soft apology, You allow yourself to sink deeper, slowly, easily, into calm. The world exhales, and you exhale with it. Night reign over the world even. As you lie quietly in your space, the world outside continues its gentle rhythm. Somewhere far beyond your window, rain is falling, soft, steady, and unhurried. It lands on distant forests, patters across city rooftops, rolls over oceans, and trickles down mountainsides. Night rain does not discriminate. It is everywhere at once, touching the world with quiet consistency. A reminder that you are part of something vast and unbroken. No place on earth is ever truly dry. No place is ever truly alone. And tonight, as rain falls, the planet breathes in unison. Imagine drifting in thought following the journey of a single raindrop in your mind. It begins in a cloud high above the tropics, carried by winds over vast stretches of ocean. It falls into the water, merges with currents, drifts along unseen pathways. Somewhere else, a drop falls on a rooftop in a quiet town, another lands in a desert, a small splash in a hidden forest stream. Each drop part of the same planetary pulse, the endless movement of water connecting everything. Your mind, your body, your breath, they are moving in sync with this rhythm, even if only unconsciously. Night rain has a way of softening distance. A storm thousands of miles away may seem separate, but the sound of local rainfall reminds you of the global chorus. It tells you while you sleep, life continues gently everywhere. Trees sway under the touch of rain. Rivers rise and fall, insects and animals respond, oceans ripple. The planet is alive, tender, moving, and you are part of it. Even in isolation, you are never truly alone. Every drop links you to another forest, another city, another soul resting beneath the same rain. There is a quiet intimacy in knowing the world shares these moments. Somewhere, someone else may hear the same lullaby of rain that surrounds you, though you are apart. Somewhere, the scent of petrichor rises, the soil softens, and the air fills with the same soft elemental fragrance that comforts you. These small connections ripple across the globe, invisible yet undeniable, reminding the mind that life is a network of presence, rhythm, and calm. Even the oceans participate. Vast, unending waters catch raindrops that join their currents, becoming part of cycles older than human memory. The drops you imagine falling now may have existed as clouds over other continents in past centuries, moving in endless patterns that never truly repeat, but always continue. As night deepens, the rain becomes a steady background hum. Its sound is not demanding. It does not rush or insist. It simply exists, persistent and constant, like the heartbeat of the planet itself. You can rest in this rhythm, drifting alongside it, letting its presence fill the spaces in your awareness. The world is not quiet. It is soft, continuous, and alive, and your mind is invited to move in that same gentle pulse. The rain carries with it a sense of universality. Mountains, forests, deserts, plains, oceans, cities, all feel its touch in some form. Each drop has its own journey, yet together they form a quiet song of connection. You are part of this network, a single presence in a global lullaby that continues uninterrupted. Sleep is not isolation. It is participation in something much larger than yourself. Imagine your breath sinking with it. Inhale as a drop lands on distant leaves. Exhale as another falls on the ocean far away. With each breath, the boundary between you and the rest of the planet softens. You are part of the flow. You are part of the calm. Even if you wake for a moment, the knowledge remains. Somewhere the rain continues. Somewhere the sky releases its weight. Somewhere the earth drinks slowly. Somewhere rivers remember. Somewhere life persists in its quiet, constant rhythm. And tonight you are not separate. You are included. You are connected. The rain over the world is an invisible embrace. It reminds you that while you drift, the planet drifts with you. While you sleep, it is never alone. Let the sound of night rain carry you further into stillness, softly, steadily, into the deep, unbroken calm of the earth. Sleeping beneath the sound rain does more than fall. It creates a space, a soft protective curtain between you and the waking world. Each droplet forms a delicate barrier, a gentle veil that separates the noises, the thoughts, the urgencies of the day from your mind. Outside, the world continues its rhythm, but within this cocoon of sound there is only calm. Imagine lying beneath this curtain, the steady patter of rain surrounding you like a warm, rhythmic embrace. The droplets tap leaves, rooftops, and the ground with unhurried precision. Every sound blends seamlessly into the next, forming a continuous, soothing tapestry that seems to absorb the edges of consciousness. Thoughts that once clamored for attention begin to dissolve, fading into distant ripples on a vast, quiet pond. Your body begins to respond naturally. Shoulders loosen. The chest rises and falls more gently, and muscles that have held tension through the day melt into ease. Breathing synchronizes with the soft rhythm of rain. Inhale, exhale, exhale, each cycle moving you closer to a state of complete release. The mind, once scattered, begins to float. Here there is no need to plan, no need to remember, no need to act. Only presence remains. The gentle, constant sound of rain becomes a guide, lulling the nervous system toward rest with a rhythm older than clocks, older than human schedules, older than even language itself. Visualize the curtain of rain as a bridge to a different kind of awareness, one that is both soft and expansive. Thoughts once sharp and pressing now become rounded and distant. Worries ripple outward and fade, like pebbles dropped into a quiet lake. The body and mind are cradled in the sound, carried along by the gentle, inevitable flow of falling water. Rain, in its infinite patience, teaches a profound lesson. Stillness is not emptiness. Silence is not absence. It is a gentle presence that fills every space, every breath, every moment with a kind of restorative calm that words cannot capture. As you drift deeper, your awareness begins to stretch across the senses. The subtle scent of wet earth rises into your nose, anchoring you to the present, even as your mind softens. The temperature, the faint movement of air, the light of night diffused through clouds and raindrops, all combine into a tender, protective cocoon. The world outside continues its cycles, but here, in this auditory sanctuary, there is nothing but calm. The rain is steady. The mind is steady. The body is steady. Sleep does not arrive suddenly. It flows. The curtain of sound guides the transition. First, the edges of thought blur. Then the clarity of the day softens. Then the conscious mind begins to drift like a leaf floating down a quiet stream. Each droplet contributes to this motion. Each ripple of sound a gentle nudge toward the deep restorative quiet that exists beneath waking life. You become part of the rain's rhythm. It is no longer outside. It is within. It flows through you. It cradles you. Eventually, the curtain of rain dissolves into nothing but a memory in your mind. The sounds become distant echoes, woven into your own breathing, your own heartbeat, your own stillness. Sleep envelops you completely. Thoughts, worries, and cares are carried away on invisible streams, leaving only soft awareness and profound calm. You are no longer separate from the rhythm. You are the rhythm. You are the quiet deep. And so beneath the sound, the world fades into soft, endless space. Beneath the rain, you drift further, deeper, into the quiet where dreams form. You are safe. You are calm. You are already at rest. And now, as the rain continues to fall across the world, let yourself sink even deeper into calm. Your thoughts have softened, your body has released, and your mind drifts lightly on the gentle rhythm of droplets. Remember, the world is always moving with you, always breathing, always calming. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment beneath the rain. Rest here a little longer if you wish, and let the sound of rainfall carry you further into sleep. If you enjoyed this journey, gently tap subscribe to Dreamy Sleepy Science and visit our channel for more relaxing videos of space, clouds, nature, and the wonders of our world. Sweet dreams, and until next time, keep listening to the soft whispers of the world.